Hi, this is Tom. Welcome to my channel. I'd like to share a technique that I think is pretty neat that I don't know why I didn't think of this a long time ago, but I've been playing around with different things and came up with this idea. At first, what I was doing involved using um, an AI brain inside of the canvas, and I realized that that was kind of dumb for what I was wanting to do, which is I was wanting to have an enhanced user experience in interacting with the AI. So let me explain a few things. So this is code for a web app, and what I've done up until like today is I would take the code and then deploy the code publicly so it could be used publicly. And I recently had the idea um, of wanting just to use this web app as a way of enhancing the UI of working with a chat box. And for quite a long time, for several years, I've thought about how let's see, I'm going to divert a bit. There's an interesting kind of thing that's repeated, sort of cyclic, to where you have a relationship between the terminal, or what became a personal computer, and a computer. So originally you had a dumb terminal, which was just time slice the big computer. And so the terminal, all it did was send requests to the computer and get information back from the computer. Then when PCs were invented, where they were powerful computers in their own right, then there was a time in the 90s where client-server technology was popular, where the big computer would have a database, and then the PC would do Windows things, widgets that you could click with your mouse and do nice things with the data on your personal computer. And then the internet came, so that was a smart, PC smart. So first you have dumb terminal, then the PC smart. Then the next iteration, you had the internet came around, and the PC became stupid again, because all it was doing was displaying HTML. And all the work was being done on servers. And then the next iteration was things like Flash, and JavaScript was enhanced to where the PC could pull its weight now, and it's doing a lot of work in addition to the work that's being done by the servers. And then we had the next iteration as AI came along. Now it's stupid again, because you have your chat session and the PC is doing nothing. All the PC is just like the time slice days back 50 years ago. Yeah, I guess that's right. You just send information through chat prompts to the model, and it gives you back text. And so it's like, well, why are we looking at text in 2025? There's a lot more interesting things that you can do. And so that was the motivation for wanting to enhance the experience. So the idea is, if I have a build web apps, the web apps can do lots of stuff. So this is a simple illustration of that principle. And then the thing I was mentioning that I was doing that was kind of dumb first was I was putting an AI brain inside the canvas, which is pretty cool that you can do that easily now. And this would make sense if I were going to deploy this publicly so that somebody could use it that didn't have an AI, for example. The AI is inside the browser. But since I'm using Gemini here, Gemini 3, I don't need to put another AI since I'm not deploying it. I'm just using it privately. So that's a bit of a background of how I got to where I am here. And now I can show the idea. It's like on the left side, I can just ask it questions about what I'm seeing on the right side. And on the right side, I did a math visualizer here. So I worked with it to get a math proof the way that I wanted. It's got three proofs, or three parts to a proof. And then you got the first four sections are visualizing the proof. So that's really handy to be able to, visualize the logic that's involved in the proof. And then in the last section here, then you get the actual math proof that you would see like in a math textbook. But this can be kind of hard to sludge through, but when you have the building blocks, then it makes it a lot easier. So that was the motivation. So I got that to work, and then I asked it, please write yourself a prompt that works like this. You ask me for a math theorem. You see how many tabs are needed. Many will just need one, because a lot of math proofs just have one part to them. This one had multiple parts. And then you'll write code similar to what you just did for the purpose of my being able to use the canvas to visualize the proof and converse with you about it. And so it wrote this prompt here. And then I copied and pasted the prompt onto Google Docs. So this is what the prompt looks like. And it will ask me for a theorem. I'll give it a math theorem, and then it'll build something similar to what we saw. And so that's what the rest of this was here I asked it to look at the Google Doc that I gave it and to execute the prompt that it saw. And so it did. So it asked me what theorem would I like to look at, and I chose one, and then it wrote this in the canvas. And here we have here. So I'll demonstrate this. I'll choose another theorem. Please do the Heine-Cantor. Okay. And you can see how quickly that it does this, what the process looks like. So it won't take very long. So here it's explaining the thinking involved in what it's doing. And let me just say while it's building this, that like what a time to be alive, my goodness. It is stunning that a computer can do this. It's, it's very good at these advanced math proofs. And it can construct the proofs, it can illustrate the proofs, and I can give it proofs, like my attempts to prove the things, and it's very good at being like a math professor, because this is really picky stuff. So it'll look for any little thing, just like a math professor would do, and kind of correct you on it. So very cool that you've got like access to a PhD level tutor. So this is doing the another math proof, and this says interesting. So this, oh, okay. So I did this a little different. Okay, and then here you got the actual proof. So I guess I can look at this later. Anyway, this is an idea of the concept, and I'm going to play around with some other ideas. But to do this yourself, it's very, very easy. The hard thing was just having the idea. You just use Canvas. That's one of the options, Canvas. And then you just tell it your concept, and you can just say, build me a web app that teaches me about whatever thing that you're interested in. And then once you get it looking the way that you want, then just ask it to build a prompt for itself to do that, and where you give it whatever input you want, and you'll get a nice little thing like this to enhance the UI experience of working with the chat box. Well, thanks for watching, and until next time.